there, cutting off that channel. McLaughlin there for Springfield 13 was the first to him. But look at this. Just one way to get down the pitch, right?
Just got to make sure that ball's presentable now. Nowhere to be found. Great job there. Looked like 5. Owen Coderre able to tie that one up. The big body, 6'2", is able to get his hands on it. See them start lifting this one up, but good job, Coderre. He goes straight for the ball first. Lets 13 McLaughlin do the work there, lifting him up. Good job. He's got his hands on it, does the big lock. He does not release. Even when it goes down, he's able to hold on to it. It's their job to present it. They couldn't turn over. Scrum back to Springfield.
So Springfield here will get a passage here and see what they can do with it. Maybe they get the lead here as we're right down near the halftime break approaching us. Not releasing in time. They turn it over instead. Slippery Rock. They're going to put the boot to this and give chase for it inside of the 22 and coming up with it initially, but I believe that's going to be knocked on there. Trying to get in there was O'Shea. So we have reached the halftime break here. Slippery Rock and Springfield, a spirited bout. A 7-5 lead for Slippery Rock here at halftime.
Let's see how you do under pressure. Let's see how you do under pressure.
Since 1979, we've been searching for perfection. We've been thinking, sketching, and designing. We've been building, assembling, and strengthening. We've been cutting, shaping, and painting. We've created strength and beauty time and again. Our machines are made for one thing.
And just like that, we are back at the Maryland Soccerplex. Ben Holden, Tim Wilkes, all of our crew led by Ryan Ginty and his group. A grueling weekend. There's nothing like Sevens rugby tournament in sports anywhere. And this has 144 sides in it. So a tip of the hat to all those on the crew and all those in the seats, Tim Wilkes. They are filling it up, man.
Yeah, you see previous athletes already taking a little bit of a break there, but a huge crowd here in the stands. A little bit of sprinkles this morning, but we are clear and ready to go here for the second half of action. As Slippery Rock up by 2. They're a dominant squad, but they really know how to spread it around. Harrington did well, number 15 in the first half, and O'Shea was running amok on the offensive end as well.
Yeah, you mentioned Slippery Rock and the points they scored yesterday, 55. The most they gave up in either match was where they're at now. Springfield seems like they're more of a team that's going to kind of grind you out. Is that kind of the mentality they have, you think?
It really looks that way. Their defensive end has been outstanding, and now they're starting to get on the front foot here to kick off the second half.
We say that, and they come out with some flair here. Look at them all the way to halfway. Good start. High tackle on Slippery Rock here.
Yeah, trying to get up and tackle that big 6'2" Coderre. Couldn't do it legally, had to get up high on it and let them progress down the field. Already a good 60 meters into this group of phases.
Nathan Master with the kick. Slippery Rock there in their black and green kits. So they're set up here, coming up for this line out about 25 meters from the line. Men's Division III action here. Throw in, they hang him up there a little bit longer, allows them to work it where they want. Got help out there on the edge if they want. They play it out there. Played into the hands there of Ajay Olsen. To ground he goes, picked up and taken, and this one near the line, spinning, and what a defensive play in there. What an effort in there, Tim.
Looked like Coderre had it, but they were able to get their hands on it, and that's Zachary Harrington. He has been all over the pitch in the first half, and now getting it done on the defensive end. Just cannot let that ball touch the ground. Got his right arm underneath it and secures possession and a turnover ball for Slippery Rock. Not out of the woods yet. 5-meter scrum here for Springfield as they look to punch this one in and take back the lead.
Those are the kind of plays you don't see necessarily in a box score, but it's a big one. Can it hold up? As you said, Springfield still a great platform. Ball's loose. Knock on is called, and it goes over to Slippery Rock.
You see the huge shove from the boys in green, just completely discombobulated things in the scrum. Ball could not bounce through the feet, ended up coming right back to them. They get themselves a put in here for the scrum after the knock on, and a big time opportunity to maybe relieve a little bit of pressure. We'll see if they go for the kick or try to run this one out.
Harrington's got the ball in his hands. Right up against the line, now at the 5. Looking for help. They play it, but they turn it over, and Springfield, couple meters away, bounce right into the hands of Barnaby. Now, great dummy there, and diving down and putting it down. That is pretty. Aiden Gallagher puts it down. They've got the lead.
Had the entire defense flowing out to the right as they continued to fringe and get away from the ruck. Put a hard right foot into the dirt and drove it straight through around the defender and in. Exactly what they needed here in the second half to take the lead. As we see again, they're nice and stable there. There's a pop pass to the outside. Number 12 thought at all times it was going out to the left, but a great juke. Brings it inside and dots it down and gives the lead back to the Pride.
Pretty stuff. All 3 of the tries have been really nice rugby. Really, really good stuff on the tries in this match so far. Springfield on top here, coming up on 3 minutes remaining here in this match. The kick does not go 10. It does on the hop. And Slippery Rock's got it. Into the hands there of Harbison. To ground he goes. There's that man we've talked about, Harrington. Such a vital part of the Slippery Rock side.
Tackle, release.
Putting up a fight here. Good carry. Harrington frees the ball. At the fingertips there of O'Shea. Tim mentioned him and how important and active he is. And
possible card coming here.
That's the number, right?
Yeah.
We have 6? Okay. Got it. Number 6.
Here's a look, Tim.
6.
Yeah, we'll see here, Dosh going for it, but just big-time collision. That angle was a little tougher to see. Looked like he was maybe still going for the ball, but from the back end, it definitely looked like he started to charge with that shoulder. No wrap, playing the man, and so a penalty back 10 for the illegal act. And now they've got some work to do, still down in this match.
Another look at it here.
Yeah, just
what do you think from that angle? What do you see there, Tim?
That's what we saw the first time, and that's definitely just trying to take the guy out. No trying to wrap it. I mean, that's probably red. I mean, it kind of went around the head a little bit, so he's lucky to maybe be able to get back in this match after a couple minutes.
Yeah, for sure. Here comes Springfield now. Springfield, good ball outside over the top. Good play. Knocking on the door. Played on there nicely by Gallagher. Now outside, they're going to get home again. Down it goes. Paul Barnaby puts it down, the sophomore out of Connecticut, and Springfield adds to its lead.
Such physicality from the Pride. Right into contact they go, kind of drawing that defensive in, and that time, Ben, they were able to get 3 guys to the outside. As you see, 5 jerseys there. nobody home on the outside. Easy passes, and he still has 2 he could use on the outside as well. Great work fringing out, beautiful tack, and we talked about it earlier as Slippery Rock had only given up 5 points in their first 2 matches. Already 3 tries for Springfield, coming and bringing another level here to the CRCs in D3.
Yeah, they look really good. Scored 21 was their high on day 1. 14-7 in their other match, and here they put up 17 with those 3 tries. So you got 2 minutes to go here. There's still time if you're Slippery Rock, but they're still down a man at this point for a little bit longer.
Yeah, not going
to
to be
get
easy.
to take at their own 22. Yeah, it's going to be a hard mountain to climb, but anything is possible in the beautiful game of sevens rugby. 10 meters from halfway.
Don't over, please.
Got to make it happen here. Need a break. Watch out for 15. Harrington instead. Here's a break up the middle. Good ball on the run with some speed. Got a chance here and getting free and getting away. Harbison, he'll put it down.
Alec Harbison with a great try.
Alec Harbison, the 6'2" sophomore, took that pass at about the midfield stripe and had the speed to take it the distance, but it all started with that man right there. Gage Barnes broke through the middle, but it seems like it might just be all for naught, as too little, too late, and Springfield might take this one.
Yeah, you heard the whistle there.
That was. Let's hear it for both teams.
And Springfield comes away with a big win here in this match. What a victory for them. They take down Slippery Rock here in Division III action. I'm stepping out. Tim, sticking with you. I'll see you in a little bit here as we continue on day 2 of the CRC Sevens National Championship.
In a sport of power and precision, you need a powerful, precise camera. Analyze your game. Build your team. Grow together. Video capture moments. A powerful camera for a powerful sport. Rugby!
Welcome back to Collegiate Rugby Championships. You see the fans getting set here on day 2. It is going to be the knockout round. We just had one. This is going to be Duke versus the University of Eau Claire to see who's going to go to the men's D3 final. John Broker with Tim Wilkes. Ready just about for kickoff. Tim, exciting day of rugby. Your skies, dare I say, are starting to clear a little.
Yeah, last couple matches have been a little cleaner. Still some dew out on the pit as we get ready to get this one underway. But it should be a fun one. Blue Golds and Blue Devils to see who can punch their ticket into the finals here. Play for a national championship. Terrific couple of days. And so far, John, Wisconsin-Eau Claire side, 24 points, 19 points, a couple of tough victories, only a 10 and 7-point deficit between the two. A couple tough matches over Richmond and Denver, and on the other side, it was Duke taking down Endicott 24-12, and Cal Poly Humboldt, a tough physical squad, took them down 26-12. So some high scoring for the Blue Devils. We'll see how it pans out here in the semifinal.
Yeah, beating Cal Poly is no easy feat. They have been a feature of NCR for the last few years. 15s and 7. Duke in their blue. The Blue Devils, the Blue Golds receive University of Wisconsin-Eau Claire D3 semifinal. Winner goes to the championship match later on tonight. That one thrown forward. So we're going to come back. It's going to be a scrum here for Duke University.
You had Benjamin Neeson on the outside. Looked like he had a little bit of edge, but just had that one come up a little too high around the head, knocked it forward. And so the first shove of the match as the scrums come together. We'll see who has the advantage here with the big boys inside.
Referee just giving some advice to these teams. We see Duke getting ready to go. Duke, of course, out of Durham, North Carolina. Beautiful research triangle area. Referee is going to bring this one up. Reset it. He wants some safety here, Tim.
We'll see with their first bit of possession. Again, able to put up a full 50 points yesterday. We'll see what they got for game 3.
Ball out. Duke on the run. Harvey Bracken-Smith moves that one out to Waltonen, but it's picked up by UW-Eau Claire. Great rugby at the high school and college level in Wisconsin these days. Been excited to be involved, calling a little bit of it there. Turn around there from Wesley, the Eau Claire number 12. Around that outside they go, looking for a little pat players to make sure he doesn't get himself isolated. So Conan. Right at the 50-meter line, little step and go. It does not work initially, but wriggles forward for a little ground. Are Eau Claire, and they draw the penalty for a side entry. Smart play there by Eau Claire.
Good, tough rugby. They were able to take that one away through Luke Pugh, the big number 1. Got them the possession, and now with this penalty, should be able to kick this one down into touch and really set up their first attacking opportunity. It looks like they have a scrum here instead.
Looks like we have a little blood bin here. 12 going off for Duke. Carl Robertson from Hong Kong. Be able to just switch this player up. Player coming in to take the place. It is a blood sub, so that player can come back on. If they get him cleaned up, he's going to be in the scrum half position. Or in the hooker position, excuse me.
Crouch!
Ball to come in from Eau Claire.
Bind! Set!
Eau Claire releases the ball, long pass, taken flat-footed, so not the momentum they want to start, but they're going to run right straight through. Great work there from Wesley. Pops that ball up into Beckman's hands. Beckman gets it a little wider to Wilson. Lucas Wilson looking for somebody to pass to. They're not there. Comes around on that weak side, draws a couple defenders across. Is there room here? Looking to just make the break themselves. Little pass out there. It's up in the hands of Pugh. Pugh to the ground. There's 2 runners off to the side. Player decides to keep it himself. May open it up for one of his teammates. We may have an early try here. We do not. We are outside. Little pick and go. Big tackle there from Duke. The Blue Devils do not want this Eau Claire team to cross the line with the Blue Golds through Pugh. He's a powerful player. Pugh just outside line. That one goes over. UW-Eau Claire is going to tuck that one down through Benjamin Beckman.
Beckman, one who started off that possession, that first line break, and then the work rate took over. Many phases, one after the other. He's had men in support to clear out that ruck. Is here, one last phase down the side, sets this one, gets closer to the post, just struggling to get in there. That is Pugh close, and then the dive over. All you got to do is hit against that post, gets it over, as you see there. Great camera work from our guys on site. Beautiful job, and the first try of the match for the Blue Gold.
Blue Gold to be pleased with that. As you said, Duke has been pretty high flying in this tournament so far. Brought a very good roster. Eau Claire
4 seconds.
are ready to kick this one off through Lucas Wilson. Little show of the ball, gets the defender to come by. So they're going to go on set. Quick turnover coming. Well done by the Blue Golds. And they're going to go quick. Defense wasn't back 10, so they have to worry back, give them a little bit of room. Now players to the side looking to offload. Eventually to the ground. Pugh in the back as the distributor. He's going to go off to that left side.
Take
Q has to get his knee to the ground, and he's tackled. Referee says he is. The ball is available, so they have to play on. Players on the outside trying to find a little space. Little wraparound here, but keeping the ball there is Beckman. Let him give that one away. They're having to work their way through the middle here instead of just patiently getting to the outside. Good footwork, good steps. They're still doing well, Eau Claire. That's Calvin Schmitz, but there's a knock on there into Duke's hands. Duke with the advantage, looking in the other direction. Nice little show of the ball. Nice break is the break here. Not tackled on the first one. That's Zane Rodwan. Ball back to Petrov. Out a little further. Brock Benton has that one. Looking to the outside are Duke. They're a little tight on offense, not using the full width of the field. Referee encouraging people to use the full width of the field. Or stay on their feet, pardon me. Ball goes down to Brock Benton. Player did not roll. So another penalty here for Duke, down 7-0, just over a minute to go in this first half. Pugh with a good tackle, has to roll away. Ball back in Benton's hands from Charlotte, North Carolina. Puts that ball back, comes off the foot of Walton, and this Duke team playing a little bit of physical rugby here, but a high tackle creeps in from Eau Claire. No opportunity here for Duke to stop, set up, play a little relaxed, Tim.
Yeah, Joe Wesley has been all over the pitch. You can see they're just not getting enough. Hit right in the neck, stern area, easy call.
Knocked back by White.
Not there by White. Backwards, referee says 30 seconds to go in the game clock. We're going to keep this one going. That was a forward pass. Scrum to Duke.
Thought they had the break there on the outside, trying to finish this one, but could get parted here for not listening, bringing this one back.
15 seconds.
Trying to beg them to bring it quickly. Just 15 seconds left. As you called it, Duke needs a response here in the first half. That would be huge going to the break, being able to knock this one up. But we haven't seen a lot of explosiveness thus far out of the Duke Blue Devils. Again, 25 points a match in their first two. Nothing so far, 7 minutes by. You called it, John. Really starting to kind of maybe play into that trap of Wisconsin-Eau Claire, use the physicality instead of the space.
Crouch! Bind!
Harvey Brackett-Smith back in the game to put this ball in for Duke. Trailing by 7, 30-some-odd seconds to go in this first half. Nice break, but tripped up is Benton. Pops that ball up in the hands of River Hansen, and Hansen going to go over the line. Lead is 2 for University of Wisconsin-Eau Claire. Duke on the way back.
Great work on the outside. Beautiful little pop pass. And they were able to take that one the distance for Hansen. But great work from the scrum half. You called it. Bracken Smith jumps through. Nice little pop pass. And then one final shove down. Gets that defender. Can't take it. And an easy try. Great first half so far.
Halftime.
That is halftime. We're going to go to the sidelines. Gigi, what's happening?
All right, thank you guys. Yeah, we're down here at the field right now, and as you know, there's other action happening at all the surrounding fields. But here today, we had the start of the women's tournament. The men's tournament is going to keep on going, and we're going to even crown a championship later today. The men just started back up again, and let me tell you, the crowd is crazy. Without saying too much, the beer tent opened at 9 a.m. So we have a rowdy crowd, a lot of fans, and also a lot of families here now that it's a Saturday. Okay weather holding up too. Morals are high. Rugby is elite. This is the Collegiate Rugby competition, and it's happening all weekend long, and this is a great day for it.
Welcome to the College Rugby Show. This will be home for all hot takes, highlights, rankings, hot topics, all things college rugby.
It could be pushing into that 2, possibly number 1 spot.
This for me is one player to watch out for.
We'll be back on your airwaves very soon.
Our world is growing, and so is rugby.
There are more players, more teams, more matches than ever before. Luckily, our game is simple. We only really need one thing to play it, and we buy millions of them every year.
Welcome back, Collegiate Rugby Championship 2025 National Collegiate Rugby Showpiece. This is a Division III semifinal. The winner of this one will play Springfield in the final later on today. You see the blue goals of University of Wisconsin-Eau Claire in the white and blue, and in the navy blue is Duke the Blue Devils. Referee set this one to go underway. John Brugger with Tim Wilkes. This is the close one as Duke fields this ball. Claire not going to touch. It'll be Eau Claire's ball right away. Great pinpoint kicking, great tackle, Tim.
Yeah, if you can land that ball just on the inside of the touch line, that's what you're looking for. Had a player streaming down the side, was able to knock him out into touch. Great work. Then it was 13 Beckman that was able to take him out. But a quick question here, a yellow card given. Is maybe a no wrap and a little high on that pop out of bounds, John.
Referee there spotted an infringement, so Eau Claire is going to play a player short. No attempt to wrap for 2 minutes. Critical moment here for Duke. They need some points out of this, and they give it to the big man headed straight up, River Hansen. He's already scored. Ball out to Walton. Walton and shakes off one, but second gets a Pugh coming in to try to rip that ball away. Does it successfully. Luke Pugh. What a move there from the Stoughton, Wisconsin native. Little run for Eau Claire. Eau Claire puts that one back over the top. Into the hands of Wesley. Remember, they're short-handed here, so have to be a little careful and make sure they don't play too loose and turn over this ball.
Stay back foot.
Schmitz. Eau Claire looking to get into that space through Lucas Wilson. Penalty against Duke. Player not staying on his feet, so Schmitz is going to go right away, and he's got a clear run to that corner. Calvin Schmitz and a short-handed Eau Claire team. Touchdown, 5 points. Looking to go to that final against Springfield. That is going to help right there. They go to 12, kick to come.
Just the acceleration here off the side. As you see this one go down, scoops it, quick tap, and right against the defense. Drew that defender in. Nobody's going to catch him on the outside, and a great try to extend the lead for Wisconsin-Eau Claire. Great work moving that one up. You mentioned Luke Pugh, big 6'4", taking it around the side earlier, but 5'5" Calvin Schmitz, the senior, dots it down and extends the lead for Wisconsin-Eau Claire.
Tough kick there for Lucas Wilson. Doesn't hit it, but they get the 5 points nonetheless and extend their lead. Good work here, 12-5. University of Wisconsin-Eau Claire. Kick will go to Duke. Duke needs some points, about 4.5 minutes to go, Tim.
Yeah, great work on that one. Calvin Schmitz has scored that try. Normally the scrum half position in 15s, and you saw his wherewithal and field awareness doing a great job there. This one not gonna work out. Coming back, I believe offsides are a little bit in front of the kicker there, so free kick midfield.
It's a tough one for a coach. Score a great try and then turn it over at the next restart. Duke will have this ball from a free kick. Let's see what options they take. Running one way, running the other, straight up the middle. Do they have the gas? Harvey Bracken-Smith finally offloads it there. Gets it to Donovan. Donovan spins. Referee right on the spot. Penalty. They're going to go quick. Our Duke going to shake their way around. There's not 10. Somebody may get a binning here. Bracken-Smith pushes it.
Not 10.
And that is Wesley off the field.
Time is back on.
Here is the Bracken-Smith. Hasn't been a fan of passing all that much today, but got himself into the try zone. The Eton College graduate from the Channel Islands touches down 5 points here in a critical semifinal moment.
And that's probably just in these group phases alone. That's the second, third time he's had the quick tap and just takes it right against the defense. Trusts himself, knows he's got the power and the strength, and it's taken more than one to stop him as he time and time again is able to work the center of the pitch. Great job by the big scrum half.
Kick is good there for Duke. Good work to tie this one up at 12. Just about 3 minutes to go in this second half. Would go to Golden Point if they needed to. After this, we're going to start Division II semifinals with Coastal Carolina and Montana State. But right now, Duke is going to restart this one. University of Wisconsin-Eau Claire. Everybody's tied up, everything to play for. Almost a big break for Eau Claire, the Blue Golds. Get that ball in. They've got Pugh to the left, but they're going to hang on to this one, try to take it through the middle. Looking to offload it and do. Do they have runners outside? The defense just closes up. This could be a break for them right here. Good run. Looking to the outside. Keeps it, holds it, is able to shake it. And University of Wisconsin-Eau Claire is going to head in. It was tied just a moment ago. This player is going to change that. University of Wisconsin-Eau Claire up 17-12. 2 minutes to go.
Joe Wesley takes the distance. What an incredible, and that's 2 tries, shorthanded with a player disadvantage, and they get it done around the side. Even without the extra player, they're able to take it around that right-hand side, and he takes it the distance. Joe Wesley, incredible stuff from the junior, shoves down the final defender and then has the speed to turn it on and dot it down between the posts to give his team the lead.
That kick was good. It was Riley Hamill on the try. So there goes that 5 points and 7 points full for Eau Claire. Wearing this number 22 jersey, here comes Hamill.
Great work there. Steps inside of that final defender, shoves him to the deck, and has the speed to get it done. Great job, and not much time left, but terrific work. Fringing the field, you're down a man, still able to score 2 tries. Tremendous effort from the Blue Golds.
Duke down by 7 points. There's still a minute to go. Bracken Smith offloads that one. Ball's on the ground. Is this player isolated? Nearly looked like it there, but they couldn't get it quick enough, so River Hansen moves it away. Ball out there to Rodwan. Pass, and it goes backwards. Waltonen throws a high pass up, about 45 seconds to go. To the ground they go. Players trying to get in from the Blue Golds, but did it from the side. So it's a penalty here for Duke. They're going to go quick. Duke. Go through Rodwan. Zane Rodwan. Player out there. Get the ball into Robertson's hands. Bracken Smith puts one in behind. River Hansen has to go dig it out. Teammate just picks it up. Brock Benton. Late times here from Duke. They put the kick through. Will they get any purchase out of this? Daring late game move here as the ball comes back to the Blue Golds. There are defenders on him. So he's going to work his way down and get there. There may not be a sweeper back, so we'll see what the Blue Golds do as Carl Robertson gets back on this one. Carl Robertson moves it out to Pugh. Pugh holds the ball, gets it out a little wider. They're going to kick this one downfield, try to get as much distance as they can, force Eau Claire, or force Duke, pardon me, back as far as they can to work on this ball. That tackle critical, and the ball spills. Huge moment there for the Blue Golds. And that is the end of that one. University of Wisconsin-Eau Claire is going to play Springfield in the D3 final. We're going to step aside, be back with Coastal Carolina, Montana State.
From nosebleeds to floor seats.
Our world is growing, and so is rugby. There are more players, more teams, more matches than before. Luckily, our game is simple. We only really need one thing to play, and we buy millions of them a year. Unfortunately, too many end up in the wrong place, but some balls are made better. Rhino's recycled is made with up to 80% recycled rubber. We are still not perfect, but it's a step in the right direction. You only need a ball, make it a good one. For rugby, for you, for the planet.
A ball for the planet.
Ball for the planet.
A ball for the planet.
The Rhino Recycled Range. A ball for the planet.
Welcome Welcome back to the Collegiate Rugby Championship. John Broder with Tim Wilkes for this first D2 semifinal. Coastal Carolina kicks the ball off to Montana State, but taken by Montana State immediately from left to right on your screen. Big game for both of these teams here. Montana State moves it quick. Crossfield they come, looking good. Just had the D3 semifinals. Now we have the D2, then D1. Later, after the next women's round, we'll have the premier semifinals and all those championship matches later today in the stadium. Little show there from Montana State, but they're going to go to contact. Players from Coastal Carolina in that white and teal. Thought about pouncing on that ball, but did not. Montana State gets crossed to halfway. Ripped away, however, good work by Coastal Carolina. Coastal Carolina have the penalty, and they're on the move. Good work by Montana State to get back that 10 meters. Big hit forces a knock on there. So it's in the hands of Montana State. Little error there from this Coastal Carolina team.
Knock on advantage there with a knock on. We're going to come back here for the
Knock on,
scrum.
of course, there. They're going to come back for a scrum, Tim.
Yeah, both these teams just trying to feel each other out here. These are two highly potent squads, both averaging over 30 points a match. But the defense is kind of what's been setting Coastal Carolina apart. They've only given up 7 points in their 2 matches. Let's see if they can hold on these Bobcats from Montana State.
Ball in here for Montana State. Scrum half just spots it, goes away, running. Dylan Luger trying to beat everyone, nearly does. Gets the 22. Griffin O'Connell for West Hartford, Connecticut. Takes that one in. Player takes a bit of a shot for the troubles. Montana State made a clear run here as Ethan Carlson gets a hold of it, wraps around, gets that pass away. Tackler and ball at the same time, so ball into touch. Going to be a line out for Coastal Carolina, but deep in their end, a minute and a half gone.
Giant clear out there. That was Holden Howe, number 15, coming in on the ruck and completely cleared that one out. Let that ball there playable for his squad, and now back on the defensive end, trying to keep pressure on, only 10 meters from the try line.
I want to move a gap. More of a gap, thank you.
Coastal Carolina looking for the players to go up. Griffin O'Connell, the jumper from Conner High School. Father, a big rugby player with Hartford.
Scrum or line out. Scrum on the 15, thank you.
Scrum coming, not straight. Scrum here for Montana State. Great opportunity for them, Tim.
Yeah, good job by number 12, Connor Kelly for Montana State, jumping up. You got to at least attempt to take that. He tried to take it. It was definitely not straight away from him. Now they've got the attacking scrum 5 meters from glory.
Sometimes this is the hardest place to score from, but around the corner go Montana State. Montana State, they're going to make it look easy there through Luger. No problem. Open space on the right hand, just dives right in. 5 points there for Montana State.
Luger, just a freshman criminology major, but we've already seen a couple of times just his quickness and acceleration around the side scrum. Nobody home, up the gut, and dives in to try. Great work. We've seen a couple times already. His tenacity working around that ball and finding those gaps up the gut has been essential so far.
Kick no good, so we'll stay at 5 points there for Montana State. Was a challenge. You want to take another look here, Tim.
Yeah, work, like I said, just not enough defense. It's so tough for that scrum half to be able to back around. You can't go opposite side with the offense anymore. You have to work your way back around. So that quite a bit today. That scrum peeling off and finding space. Try.
Kick there from Holden Howe up in the air, taking another 22 by Coastal Carolina. Coastal Carolina honors out to this left-hand side. Need to get some points on the board here. Winner goes to the finals. It's the winner of the next game, Colorado Mesa, UNC Wilmington. Griffin O'Connell gets us started. Straight up the gut they go through Nick Luciano from Seaford, Delaware. Little break, little show the ball there from O'Connell. Nothing materialized, but he does hold the defense, and they open up this outside space. Is this the gas man they're looking for? It may be. One person chasing, dive coming, and he's going to get a hold of him. Can he offload this ball? Good job keeping his feet. Teammates are coming, gets the ball away. Rory Naylor from Windsor, South Carolina, has his feet to the ground. Referee lets everybody know off of this left-hand side we come. Big break from Luciano, 6'1", 230. He's a powerful fella. Offloads the ball. They're going to want to reset this as the ball gets ripped away by Montana State, however. So 5-0 still Montana State, despite the best efforts there of Coastal Carolina. Do they have players across the field? We're going to come back to a penalty, offsides against Coastal Carolina. So Montana State may have a chance to take a little breath here, Tim.
Yeah, that was the first time we've seen the Chanticleers really put forth some effort on the offensive end. Great try-saving tackle on the back end by Ethan Carlson. The winger chased them down and saved the try.
Montana State takes the penalty, goes straight forward. Not lacking in size, the Montana State team, but ball spilled right there. Going to come back, going to be a scrum. Minute and 3/4 to go in the first half. Opportunity here for Coastal Carolina. You can see Thomas Johnston, the senior, telling everybody to calm down and play their game.
That should be enough throughout this weekend already. Put up 45 points against Coast Guard and then 29 over Scranton right after that. They've got the prowess. Can they find the space? As we set up here with a nice deep line on the near side of the pitch.
Ball in for Coastal Carolina. Opportunity for them. You see we're at the 6-minute mark, so a minute to go. A little wraparound, but it gets knocked forward. Seemingly referee says yes. Going to come back for a scrum here to Montana State. Set piece move doesn't get pulled off by Coastal Carolina in this D2 semifinal.
Yeah, you see the cleverness there, and great job loop around. It looked like the space was on, but just couldn't hang on to it. The minute left in the first half, kind of letting that chance go by the wayside. Let's see if they can turn this one over, possibly in the scrum, and give themselves one final opportunity for the halftime whistle.
Nearly ripped away there from Coastal Carolina, but on the ball are Montana State. Montana State looking out wide. Montana State looking around the corner. This player is going to go to ground, but able to offload. Well done. Are they isolated? Player coming in to try to win that one, and they do. Good work, Montana State. Urgency to that breakdown. Player thought about kicking that one there for Montana State, but decides not to. Missed the first attempt of the poach. Did Coastal Carolina. So we have a little show, a little go here. Player trying to find their way, wend their way through this Coastal Carolina defense. Inside the 22, Montana State. Ball out. Do they have some width? They're going to keep it tight. A lot of power players in some of these divisions. Not always concerned about taking these wide balls. There's a ball out. Gets thrown back in, but it's not going to work. Referee is going to whistle us for halftime there, and it's a 5-0 lead. Montana State will step aside, be back right after this.
Let's get ready. Major League Rugby is now. This is the moment we waited for. Everything you want is right here. We gon' give them what they came for. We gon' take it up from last year. The Rugby Network is giving you all the free MLR content you want, live and on demand. Never miss a hit, never miss a try, never miss your team. MLR on TRN. Never miss a match. In our game, we play with our hearts. We don't play with sticks, bats, or gloves. We don't wear shoulder pads or helmets. We keep playing when it hurts. And we leave everything on the field. What we wear must be built for our game.
Welcome back to this first D2 semifinal. Slight lead here for Montana State over Coastal Carolina. Everything to play for. John Broker, Tim Wilkes. Montana State in the stripes there in the white and teal is Coastal Carolina. Tim, this kind of tournament, we talked about it earlier, you can't get a slow start, but here you are in the semis, and you just have to do what you have to do to win this game. 5-0. Coastal Carolina still fully in this. What are these teams going to do in the second half?
I'd like to see a little bit more width. We've seen a lot of bully ball, both these teams. You got Nicholas Luciano, #1 for Coastal Carolina, running straight through the defense. He's been outstanding, but let's see which team can use that width and find a little bit of space on the edges and find a couple of breakaways, because so far, only 5 points between these two highly potent offenses.
Coastal Carolina at their line. Do a good job of recycling that one. Did they get knocked forward? Referee was on spot and says no. But they have a long way to go here, so I'm going to reset this. This is the time where Montana State needs to put the pressure on defensively, and instead they have a penalty for a high tackle there. They're going to look to go the distance. A little show of the ball from Coastal Carolina. Is there room on the outside? Is there a sweeper in the back? You see the sweeper there. A kick may be on, but big run coming here from Coastal Carolina. Scott Taylor from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, gets in a little dance moves there, gets the ball away, and it is none other than Griffin O'Connell headed towards the line. And Griffin O'Connell from West Hartford, Connecticut is going to touch down a try. It is all tied up, ball under the post. Griff Dog gets 5 points.
Now we start to see the speed coming to fruition. O'Connell was there in support, but a great breakaway from Saylor to kick that one off as you see him trucking over the midfield stripe line. There's the support in play, and they're able to take that one the distance. Great job to continue moving it around, keeping things alive, but it looked like it was going to get stale. They take it the distance for the try. A bit of a lightning rod that we were looking for here, John.
Certainly was. Great try there from O'Connell. So it's 2 points to the good because they hit that kick. Still anybody's game. We're just a minute and a half into this. So Montana State, very powerful rugby team. We'll see what they decide to do now that they're down 2. No need to panic. Patrick Morrow tries to come in with that one. Recycled here by Montana State. A little slow in the release. Player has to work his way back in. Nearly knocked on, but held on to it. Good work here by Montana State. Looking to get his arms through, get his arms free. That one spins by. Did it go forward? Referee says indeed it has. We're going to have a scrum here with Coastal Carolina. We're 2 minutes into this one. Coastal Carolina, another opportunity for points here, Tim.
Opportunity, but a good job by the referee. Able to see that when he was in line with that pass. Calls it forward, and now another opportunity to really extend this lead up by 2. They were stifled the entire first half, but now maybe that spark is what continues to push them here into the final.
Bind! Set!
Ball goes backwards. Referee's fine with that. Rory Naylor gets that one wide. Looking for possibly a switch back in. Naylor still has it. They're going to have to go to the ground here, but they get the ball up to Scott Saylor. Can't get isolated here, this team. And a little chip forward from Coastal Carolina. Where it's going to wind up? Winds up in the hands of Montana State. Good effort there by O'Connell, but it's going to come back the other way. But they're at their 22. A lot of distance to go in the next 4 minutes for this Montana State team. Little tackle. Gets slipped out of by Montana State. Can this player get away? It looks for the offload. Was that player coming from an offside position? Referee says no. So it is Montana State ball. That would have been a fantastic open play pickoff from the other direction for Coastal Carolina. But Coastal Carolina has a player chasing here, and it is going to be a try for Montana State. They are retaking the lead 10-7. Plenty of time to play. Tough angle for a kick. We'll see how they do, Tim.
Trayton Kim, foot 4, stretches those legs down the sideline. Looked like it was going to be contested there around midfield, but he had too much speed. As you see him looping around the side, that created enough of a gap for him to hit the Jets and take it the distance. Thought he might be caught there midfield. He says, no way, will not be denied, and gives his team the lead right back in this highly contested match. Anybody's game here as the time starts to dwindle. A terrific semifinal for the national championship.
We heard the whistle. The kick was good there. So more points for Montana State. That was critical. You can see what these days can do to you physically and emotionally. All summed up on the bench right there for Montana State. Still plenty of time. Just a 5-point game, and a converted try wins it for Central Carolina. Unconverted try puts it into overtime. Still 2 minutes, 20 seconds to go. Montana State low driving kick. Ball in the hands of Saylor. Holding the ball, going back in the other direction there is Reed Stiles from Gaithersburg, Maryland. Good work to regather that ball, calling for the ball coming left. Looking to get the ball in a big runner's hands, but it goes over the head there of Vincent Coleman. Ball goes back into touch. It's going to be Montana State ball. Good defensive pressure from them. It gets the ball back.
Yeah, that was Dylan Luger right in the face of the defense, making the contact, got them all discombobulated, and got his team the ball back, and look to take this one a little too far out of reach for the Chanticleers with another try, just a minute and a half away. They can punch this one in. We've seen great defense from the Chanticleers. Let's see if they can put something together.
Referee happy with the long out, so they're going to play on. Montana State's going to come back and get penalized. Late hit over there. Silly mistake. Minute and a quarter to go on the game clock. Montana State will love to see the time tick off this clock, but there to go. They want to play a big run up the middle. Can they get away? Good work there by Calkin. Nice break across the field. Can they get in? Player right there. He's at the goal line, at the try line. Turns it over. It's in the hands of Coastal Carolina. Here's the defense from Montana State. Disorganized enough for somebody to get away. Little pass here to the outside. Going to have to recycle this one. There are some defenders in the way, and unless they can step this. Ball comes back in to Scott Saylor, Carolina Forest High School graduate. They go wide to no one in particular. Winds up in the hands of a Montana State player. It's on the ground. See what the referee decides.
Time is off. Time is off.
From here, it looked like Coastal Carolina might have knocked that one on at the very end here.
In goal by blue and white, yeah? So we're coming back with scrum white on the 5. Yeah.
Going to be a 5-meter scrum here for Montana State. This is what Montana State is looking for. They're going to ride out this game here. Such a tight one. Impressive. Whoever goes forward, should it be Montana State. Play the winner of the next game, Colorado Mesa and UNC Wilmington.
Well, they are going to say that Montana State was the one that knocked that one on from that angle, or next level rugby angle. Looked like that might not be the case, but it is one final opportunity for the Chanticleers.
Thank you, Hawkeye Tim. Yeah, that's what I thought I saw. So this is a long-range opportunity here. They're going to have to make this happen again. That pass doesn't go to hand. They're getting driven out of the back, thrown into touch. That's going to be that. Tried something a little too fancy there at the end. It's going to be Montana State moving ahead to the finals with a win over Coastal Carolina. Colorado Mesa versus UNC Wilmington cut up next. They will play the winner of that. Stick with us.
Play with our hearts. We don't play with sticks, bats, or gloves. We don't wear shoulder pads or helmets. We keep playing when it hurts. And we leave everything on the field. What we wear must be built for our game.
Rugby is all about feeling. The feeling when you crouch, when you bind, when you set. The feeling when you go into that third defender. The feeling when you make that first tackle. The feeling when you take that first hit. We are feeling. We are contact. We are Rhino.
Since 1979, we've been searching for perfection. We've been thinking, sketching, and designing. We've been building, assembling, and strengthening. We've been cutting, shaping, and painting.
All right, Division II semifinal. We just had one. Ben Holden, Mike Petrie on the call. It's knockout time, Petrie, here in Division II in the semifinal. All right, so we'll work through a little technical issue there, getting Mike's audio connected there. It's happens sometimes when you're doing this stuff remotely, but we'll play on here. We'll get Petrie connected and get him involved here in the broadcast. So you got UNC Wilmington. They're in the white kits against this Colorado Mesa side. UNC Wilmington, the Seahawks, taking on the Mavericks here of Colorado Mesa. Carry here from Flemings. Played it outside, trying to offload that ball as he went to ground. Now it's picked up by David Marsh. Good carry from Marsh. Ball play back here in the opening minute. Oh, what a finish there. Big tackle played out of the base by Marshall Wiseman. Halfway, just over it, is UNC Wilmington. Good short ball, no one there right in the middle of the park. Now put into the hands there, David Marsh. Big hit there, you heard the crowd reacting.
That whistle with a little bit of referee time added.
Thank you, yeah.
Referees
So
discussing.
upright on chest, keep it lower, penalty only.
So no card for that high hit. Just penalty call. It's like the sun trying to peek through a little bit. The Maryland Soccerplex, Germantown, Maryland, where they're being played here this weekend. UNC Wilmington. Got help outside. They go way outside it. Ball is handled out there nicely. Hands out there by Xavier Arrington. Arrington to ground. Quickly moved out of there. Here we go with UNC Wilmington.
Okay, no advantage.
I believe we've worked through the technical snafu. Michael, are you with me?
I'm here. Can you hear me, Ben?
Yes, sir. We got you, brother. How are you?
Oh, I'm good. I'm good. I was just in the background enjoying some rugby, just talking to myself, man. That's just, standard stuff these days. Standard stuff these days.
I do it all the time.
Yeah, but what I was saying was what a moment for these four schools in this semifinal game. I mean, small schools, but big opportunity for them, and you can't be more excited for them on the second day of this CRC tournament.
Yeah, no question about it. You got to win, and they're trying to win, these two clubs, and so far it's been possessed here by UNC Wilmington. They've got the line out. Good attacking platform for them. Just inside of the 22 of Colorado Mesa. Seahawks made their name a couple of times in the NCAA tournament in men's basketball, trying to make a name here and trying to take this one in, get it down with a carry.
Hold up.
And it's held up. Xavier Arrington denied.
And Arrington's trying to have the TMO to get involved here. What play, but what an effort from this defense, just holding that ball up. Oh, that's not going down. From that camera angle, we're not going down. So we go to the TMO. That one doesn't touch the ground. So nice work by our referee. Unlucky that time for UNC Wilmington.
Good looking kit they've got too. The Seahawk on the front. They've got the 5-meter scrum here, so still in a very favorable spot here. Halfway through the opening half, looking for our first points. And too early, came straight out. You heard our referee there.
Crouch. Bind. Set. Fine.
Colorado Mesa with possession here, trying to work their way north. A little bit of breathing room now for them. Good carry out. High tackle called there. You heard on UNC Wilmington. Here comes Colorado Mesa now. Some speed, nearly a mishandle. Good job to keep the ball in hand there. Laid back here. Penalty call here on UNC Wilmington. Not rolling away in time. Quickly tap and go restart. Simon Cespedes, their 9. Weaving and turning and pushing his way forward there with a good carry. Opt not to go outside with that pass. The carry there from Jackie Martinez, number 10. That's a penalty against Colorado Mesa. Comes the dangerous Arrington again. Turns on the Jets. Up that far side. Going to try and split 2. Trying to get away again. What an offload there. And what an effort putting the ball into the hands of Kerry Cordes. And a terrific try from the Seahawks.
How about that defense into offense and Arrington up the sideline? We've talked a lot about these X-Factor type players, and you can tell that Arrington, one of them for UNC Wilmington. Take a look at this. Tuck ball. No intent to do anything. Is opposite to the outside. I love he transfer his outside hand and then just grasp. But how about this? Good defense. And look, offload coming right now. Look at off of the line. What an offload. What a finish. UNC Wilmington weighted defense into offense and then score a post.
One of the best offloads we've seen here. Now, into day 2 of this tournament was spectacular. And you're right. You get the sense that Arrington's one of those guys, and we know how it is, but this guy seems a little special where he gets it. He can go as quick as anybody on the pitch.
100%. That's how this works. That's how this game goes. You need a couple of them in your team to make things happen, and Arrington's one of them for Wilmington.
Yes, indeed. So UNC Wilmington, halftime break here. They've got the lead here in the semifinal in Division II over Colorado Mesa. Mike Petrie, here was the try that UNC Wilmington got. Xavier Aaron, man, he is special.
And Arrington, his second touch of the ball at the front, just barely held up. that one, finds his way into space, somehow gets that offload away. I mean, he literally parallel to the ground when he threw that offload. I mean, he just makes things happen for this UNC Wilmington team, and obviously a big spark for them. So the more we call his name in the second half of this broadcast, the better for Wilmington.
6 foot, 190 pound, a winger. He's a junior out of Wallace, North Carolina. UNC Wilmington here with the ball. They're going to kick it off to begin the second half here in this Division II men's semifinal. Colorado Mesa with it. Mike, what's aside from Arrington, anything else grabbing your eyes from the first half of this match?
I think discipline was a key thing for UNC Wilmington. They gave up a couple quick penalties right in a row that allowed Colorado Mesa up the field. So in this second half, it's a really close game, and here it is, discipline coming up right away. A high tackle, looks like a penalty there, and a yellow card shown by our referee. So no sooner had the words come out of my mouth than discipline being a key thing for Wilmington.
Yeah, no question about it. So 7-on-6 here. Martinez, tap and go and restart. Bounces it outside. Looking for help. Sent back, but it's down on the deck. Turned over nearly. Knock on call on UNC Wilmington. It'll stay with Colorado Mesa.
Here's a good set piece platform. Attacking opportunity for Colorado Mesa. We haven't been able to see them much with the ball in hand so far. So you'd like to hope that right now they'd be able to spread UNC Wilmington across the field. They have that yellow card advantage for a short period of time. And if they can spread this defense and maybe even just at least stretch them, they might find some holes in the middle of the field coming back off that far sideline.
Well, let's see if they can do just that. But offside called on UNC Wilmington. They'll come up and mark off 10 and start. Here we go now. That is Martinez. Trying to play it outside on that edge. Knocked down again.
And again, another penalty against UNC Wilmington. I think a little bit unlucky there that jump hook offload to the outside channel didn't find its receiver from Colorado Mesa, or that could have been trouble time for Wilmington. Right now, lots of penalties against them, but they're holding their own. They're digging their cleats in the grass, and they're just staying strong on defense, not really giving Colorado Mesa any opportunity so far.
Just over 2 minutes gone here in the second half. 7-0 for the team in the white kits. UNC Wilmington went back. It was late in. He forgot to pick it up. Now Colorado Mesa still with a one-man advantage. 7-on-6 here. Can they get into space and make something happen? They're trying to here. Cutting around Arrington, who missed the tackle. Great carry, great run here from Coles. You make Arrington miss you, you've done something here. They got numbers outside. They're going to use it and take it. Can they get home? And second effort, yes. Pounded down by Zane Austin.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, well, I thought so too. Thank you. No try, no release. Penalty.
Yeah, you saw that one coming my way. Yeah, you saw that one coming on my way. Here it is. He's gone to the ground. He's held. All he had to do was just let the ball go very quickly, just a little quick release. He kind of gives some air right there. You kind of saw maybe let it go a little bit, but not enough for our referee crew to warrant that he could get back up like that. Just you have to let that ball go in those collision situations.
So a break there for Colorado Mesa. William Schrader there. You see him check into the match. The yellow has expired on UNC Wilmington. So back to 7 aside here. The line out coming here for the Seahawks. Sun coming out at the Maryland Soccerplex. Chance of rain all day, off and on. But so far, so good. Good aggressive play there, but that tackle was missed. And look out, here comes UNC Wilmington. Good carry, good run. Gets him some space. Call there on Colorado Mesa.
And Wilmington in no rush here. They're going to take a territory advantage and kick it upfield for a line out and just try to milk some time off the clock. And that is an outstanding territory kick off that penalty. We talked about penalties being an Achilles heel so far for UNC Wilmington, just handing opportunities to Colorado Mesa. But that's a big turn of the tide right now as this set piece sets up for UNC Wilmington to launch a line-out platform.
So, Mike, I don't know if you caught that on the sideline there. Xavier Arrington out of the match. He was hobbling around a little bit.
That could be a huge
loss. Yeah, he is not in the match now. Was getting ready to put a penny on there on the sideline, so it looks like he is out for the rest of this match. UNC Wilmington on top 7-0. And that terrific setup by Arrington, a great offload he made on just a beautiful play. The only scoring in this match here. The winner on to the Division II final. Seahawks gain the 22. Outside, bit of a dangerous ball out there. Good job to get it free and into the hands of Daniel Marsh. Now forced back. The kick going to that corner down there. Is this going to stay in or is it going to hop out? It stays in. Diving down there to get it. What a play. Great effort. And that one is down. What a job getting down there by Dion. And Capel puts it down.
What a play by UNC Wilmington. They were going backwards. They were under pressure. They were about 15 to 20 meters back from where they started. Left foot kick. Look at this. And then let your speedsters chase. In sevens, this is outstanding way to convert pressure to your opposition. Just put it in those corners and let it be a foot race. And this is a foot race UNC Wilmington was going to lose. Get the bounce, and then great support right on scene. Pop up, and look at this finish. Good effort and cover tackle from Colorado Mesa, but not quite enough. Score in the corner, and UNC Wilmington now 2 scores ahead as we enter the final minutes of this game.
Yeah, time is certainly the enemy of Colorado Mesa here. Excellent execution from UNC Wilmington. Without their star on the sideline, Xavier Arrington. And we are indeed inside of the final minute here. 12-point lead for the Seahawks of UNC Wilmington. Deep kick from them, the right move there. Taken inside of the 22 here by Colorado Mesa. Offload there. Looking to find a channel. Good carry, good run here. Turned in from Cespedes. He gets it back now. Unable to slither his way through there. That was Dion with the tackle. Made that terrific play on that kick chase to get to it first for UNC Wilmington. Here comes Colorado Mesa now. They get some speed up that left side. And that is the match. UNC Wilmington, Mike Petrie, on to the Division II final.
And look at the energy. Look at the smiles. They're up for it. This is going to be a big moment for this program. How awesome for UNC Wilmington.
Great to see. You see it in the blood, the sweat, the tears that go into these seasons for these men, these women that are in this tournament. That's part of the payoff. One more step to go for UNC Wilmington. They're on to the final in Division II.
In a sport of power precision, you need a powerful, precise camera. Analyze your game. Build your team. Grow together. Video captures moments. A powerful camera for a powerful sport. Rugby!
Welcome to the College Rugby. It's going to be home for all hot takes, highlights, rankings, hot topics, all things college rugby.
They could be into that 2, possibly number 1 spot.
This for me is one player to watch out for.
We will be back on your airways very soon.
All right, we roll on. Mike Petrie, Ben Holden with you. Another semifinal, Michael. This one in Division One. The Minutemen of UMass, they have the ball. They'll kick it to UNC Charlotte to begin.
And another UNC school. We just saw UNC Wilmington punch
Yeah.
their ticket to the final in D2. Can we make it another North Carolina school in the big dance? We will see. Not if Massachusetts, though, from up north has anything to do with it.
Yeah, two states really with outstanding,
All right, where are we going?
you know, showing in the sport of rugby, and great to see. Here we go. This first two semifinals in Division One. We'll have the next one, you and I, coming up. Louisville and North Carolina State. Here's UNC Charlotte. Good pace, good speed out of them early on.
Advantage.
Turned over. UMass now with possession here. Spun to the back. Tough hand. On the ground goes UMass. All against UNC Charlotte. Here come the Minutemen. See the shape they've got as they come to halfway. Good carry. That's a penalty call against UMass, Mike.
Trading penalties at this point. Both teams getting called for not releasing. So that one, first time around, UMass gets the advantage off of it. This time, UNC gets the advantage off it. And the kick misses touch, though. Stays in play. And here we go. UMass with a chance to counter.
Look and see what they can do here.
Forward pass.
That ball looked forward, and it was.
And that ball came forward from the defensive pressure from UNC Charlotte. Right from the outside, they came blitzing off that outside channel from the wing. That forced UMass to stop in their tracks. That pass ended up forward. So that's how you crush momentum for a team that's trying to counterattack. You come out of your line, you make a play like that, you force an error. Really well done by UNC to get the ball back in their hands now to set up the scrum.
Coach. Bind. Set.
Maybe it's time. We'll restart with a tap and go here from UNC Charlotte. Edge of the 22. Taken out of the back there by Austin Schwinn. Into the hands of Robinson. Robinson trying to play it on the outside there to Stuber, but it's down over to UMass. It goes. Another penalty call here.
And you could see him put his hands on his head. He knew he should have given that pass maybe a half second earlier. Maybe didn't need to necessarily throw that offload. A little 2-on-1 on the outside channel. Just dish it. But as it is, UMass stays alive here as UNC coughs that ball back up over to him. And now we get to see a scrum ban.
Set.
Well done by UMass. Put in by Allen. Deep in their own territory are the Minutemen. Got a channel, got a chance to break free, get a little bit of territory gain. They do a good job of that.
Drop your feet first.
Call there against UNC Charlotte. UMass right back to it, nearing the midway point here of this first half, this Division I semifinal matchup.
Advantage.
Advantage for UMass.
No real advantage there, guys. Hi.
Or not.
And a couple penalties here against UNC that are just helping UMass upfield. But I really like that set piece strike that they had just with their backs up against their own try line. They swung the ball into the middle of the field. And then right after the scrum, they just dropped their forward pack straight back along this near sideline, threw a switch in the middle, and came right back down this short side channel. Really love it. Found a seam, got themselves upfield, gained some momentum. And then since then, it's just been pressure on UNC. And as a result of that one play, 2 penalties later, they are now in UNC territory. So really well done by UMass off that first set-piece move.
See what they can do with this line out coming up.
Line out taken by the Minutemen.
Come away with it. Still the carry, good tackle, track down from behind there. Off the deck, UMass with it, but it's going backwards. They lost about 15, 20 meters from where they started with that line out. Moved there by Jonah Lai. Now, put a foot in the ground. Here comes UMass. They turn it over, though. A heavy hit there as that pass went away, and the ball carrier slow to get up, but he's back onto his feet now.
And you mentioned the defensive pressure that time from UNC, just forcing UMass to go backwards. They were just looking for options, hustling back into position, and then finally they straighten up, get some ascendancy upfield, get some of their players back involved, back in the game. But really well done by UNC, and it's on the back end of some big sticks as well, so some good defensive effort that time from UNC to put the Minutemen backwards.
So UMass, a scrum here, around the same part of the pitch they were into that line out of a minute or so ago. Here they come now with some pace. Trying to split through there, unable to do so is Jonah Lai. They get the ball free, and it's knocked. And UNC Charlotte, he knew he could not touch that ball. That was Jonah Prom.
Too much cover.
Yep.
And that there was a 2-on-1 on the outside, Ben. That would have been short points for Massachusetts, I think.
Sure looked that way. I'm with you.
Side entry.
Yep, came across there from the side to UNC Charlotte. So here's UMass now into the 22.
Advantage.
Best attacking opportunity they've had, but they turn it over. But advantage was being played, Mike.
And another crushing tackle that time from UNC. Yeah. We've seen them come blitzing out of their line a few times to put in some heavy hits. And that one that time forces the knock on. Just came sprinting out of line right in the middle of the field. Minutemen coughed the ball up, and we're stuck at zeros with just about a minute to go in this first half.
Final 35 seconds and counting. Scrum coming up here for UNC Charlotte. See if they can take this about 80 meters down the pitch. Gonna bang one through with a foot and get after it and try to track down two UNC Charlotte players in the neighborhood. Gathered in, though, back there nicely by UMass. They come up with it. Final seconds here, the first half. Offloaded into the hands there of Jonah Lai. He plays the ball back, and they'll say, you know what? We don't like where we're at here. We can send this out, and they do just that, Mike.
That was smart. That was smart from Massachusetts to end that half in that way. Done by Massachusetts to get that ball out of bounds.
We've reached halftime. No points in this Division I semifinal. We'll take a quick timeout for halftime and come back with a second half right after this.
In a sport of power precision, you need a powerful camera. Analyze your game. Build your team. Grow together. Video captures moments. A powerful camera for a powerful sport. Rugby!
We are back here in this Division I semifinal. Ben Holden, Mike Petrie. Mike, no points in this match so far. What do you attribute that to? What's the biggest difference why we haven't seen any points?
Yeah, neither team gets their engine started. I think discipline on both sides, couple penalties going both ways. Great defense from UNC Wilmington as well. And then again, we talk about how important X-factor players are for these teams that can just make something happen sometimes out of nothing. So far, unless they're hiding, we haven't seen that X-factor from either UNC or UMass. But maybe they have an ace in their hole, and maybe they got something coming out here in the second half.
Well, the winner of this one moves on to the Division I final, where they will face Louisville or NC State. You and I will have the call of that one next. Nearing the midway point of day 2 here in this 3-day event.
Set. Go straight down, mate.
There you go. The call, the word from the official. Here comes UNC Charlotte trying to get through on a break. Played it back. Still with it. Nice dummy. Couple of dummies in there trying to break free. Maybe this is one of those guys you were talking about, Mike. Excellent job there by Wayne Robinson getting it down.
And Robinson just carrying some Minutemen over the line with him, and that might be exactly what his team needs, just someone to take the torch and jam it into the Minutemen right in their defense. Look at this. Looks for some offloads. 1 to 2 defenders. Get off, stay off, carry over, try for UC. And again, this is how you need some players to step up in big moments and just take it under their wing and make something happen. And that's exactly what he does there, right into the posts. 5 points, first of the game, right at the open of halftime. Nice job by UNC.
That's pretty. And how about the celly? Not too shabby either for the freshman second rower, 6'2" and 190 out of Hickory Ridge High School in Charlotte, North Carolina. All but 2 of their players, actually 3, they have 1 from Maryland, are from North Carolina. 4, I stand corrected. But they have got a dominant, heavy side, all right from the hometown. They love playing for the hometown squad. Kick through, but we're going to bring this back here in a 5-0 lead here in the 10th minute.
And I sense, Bent, that if that's the case for UNC Charlotte, that there's probably a lot of pride in this team as well, and you know what that counts for a lot. You know, when you can stand there, pull that jersey over your head, and it means something very special to you, that might be the extra little bit that you need to take you over the edge in games like this when it's all on the line and everything counts. So you know they're playing for a little bit extra right now.
Yeah, and you got to figure these guys probably grew up watching teams of the past, so that hometown feel. Out the back it comes. Good job on the tackle there, the attempt, but it's still alive on that far edge. Getting back there to get to it. Jonah Prom working it into the middle now. Heavy collision there. Still on his feet, though, the ball carrier, Cam McKinnon. Freed now. Comes UNC Charlotte, knocking on the door again. Another try would put them in a great position. And here's that man that scored the first one. Look at the effort from the big freshman in there, Wayne Robinson. He's got him right there, ready to kick the door open. Good ball. Excellent play there out of the hands of Jonah Prom and into the hands of Garrett Heighton for the try for UNC Charlotte.
And that was all that offload on the outside, and that's what you got to do. Just work through, fight through that collision, get your hands free, and in sevens, that's your ticket to space in front of you if you can get your hands free. So take a look. Here comes. Ball will spin out. Plenty of red jerseys on defense on scene. There's 1, there's 2, but the ball comes out, and that is where you get hurt. Ball comes out. Here we go. He's trying to find a little bit easier of a kick because he knows how close this game is. Gets a couple of extra meters towards the post, makes the kick a little bit easier. So well done by UNC Charlotte.
And we just talked about all the players from North Carolina, but Heighton is one of just 2 internationals. He's from Germany. There are other internationals from Canada. A massive play there from the big man to get it down.
And let's be honest, they're not bringing in ringers from Germany. It's not the usual suspects you'd see as far as ringers go from the likes of New Zealand, Australia, England, Fiji, Zimbabwe, right? Like
South Africa,
Germany,
yeah.
South Africa, exactly, representing Germany. Nice job.
Yeah, that's good stuff. Here comes UMass now, trying to punch back here. Good opportunity for them. Can they get this home? It looks like they will or not. Offload there, and they do indeed. That's a pretty play from the Minutemen, and they score in less than a minute. That one put down by John McGoey. Excellent work.
And they're running out of time. There's only 2 minutes left on the clock. That is it. But look at this offload. This might be, we talk about offloads of the tournament. This might be one of them. There's the first one, but it's not that one. It's this one. Watch this. Great hustle by UNC, but then leaves that ball just floating in the air. I don't even know if he knew anyone was there. He literally just tossed it up, and the support was right there. That was outstanding stuff.
Terrific work.
Guys, the conversion was good.
So here's the kick, and time is winding down here. 1:20 to go here in the second half of this match. The winner on to the final. UMass, though, they come up with it here. Down by 3. Looking to come back and steal this one. In the hands there of DeHaring. Product of Bethesda, Maryland. Battle for it. Penalty call on UNC Charlotte, though. UMass now in the final minute. Trying to get the win here with a late try. Played into the hands there of Manicuian. To ground he goes.
There's a penalty for UMass.
We're going to get that second penalty there, Ben, that time. My guess is for walking back to the referee because that was definitely a penalty. But the Minutemen, less than a minute to go, and can they pull it off?
Trying to live up to their name in the final minute. Carry there from DeHaring. Played back. You heard the ref. Advantage being played here for UMass.
Thank you.
Still with it. Little short ball. Well played.
Time. Number 8. Number 8.
That's a card.
Too many rock
Yellow card.
Ethan Howard going off here, Mike. So a man up here for UMass knocking on the door.
And discipline was that theme we talked about, and there it is. When it counts the most now, a card comes into play. Can Massachusetts nail this one in to put their ticket? Here we go. Let's see.
They got him outside, but that pass a little bit behind him. Trying to slip through there was, and that's a penalty called against UMass. They didn't let it go in time.
And the kick sails into touch.
And that is the match. UNC Charlotte hangs on inside of their own 22. They flex their muscles, and they're on to the final in Division I.
And what a finish that was. That's as exciting as it gets. That's why you tune into this. That's why you buy tickets to go watch. That is, look at the energy. Look at the excitement. That is awesome stuff for UNC Charlotte.
It sure is. They're in the final. They'll take on the winner of the next match coming up right after the short timeout. Louisville and NC State on the other side right after this.
Every exhibition, every extra mission, every enemy listening, get off my dick, I got bad intentions, make it right every wrong, and I'm back with a vengeance, I show you.
Welcome to the College Rugby Show. This is going to be home for all hot takes, highlights, rankings, hot topics, all things college rugby.
They could be pushing into that possibly #1 spot.
This for me is one player to watch.
We will be back on your airways very soon.
Our world is growing, and so is rugby. There are more players, more teams, more matches than ever before. Luckily, our game is simple. We only really need one thing to play, and we buy millions of them every year. Unfortunately, too many end up in the wrong place, but some balls are made better. Rhinos